The simplest of ideals don't manifest in people anymore. That's the point the world has come to. And my worry stems from here, one of the most prestigious engineering schools in the United States, where I see a facade. All of these infrastructural advancements belie the kind of people that we have become. We've built cities, but are we good citizens? The precious minds that this world produces every day are becoming increasingly contented by the privileges that their forefathers fought for, and end up as uncaring individuals devoid of a social consciousness. That's why it must be done. People may call my decision cruel, unfair, but it's one I'm willing to make. I've lived too long doing nothing about what I see around me.
So, who can tell me what Y 14.5 stands for?
Was it the part of required reading or something?
Y 14.5 is the denotation for the subsequent chapter and section number of the American National Standards Institute, which is a universally used guide for professional conventions.
Well, you're technically correct.
Technically, was there something incorrect in that statement?
Well, as I told you before, companies have their own standards, and if you really look at it, the majority of companies in Europe, they actually don't follow the same. So when you look at the word universally, it has to be taken with a pinch of salt in any case.
Just said exactly what you put on the syllabus, Professor.
Covered already. So for today's class, we'll be focusing on extrusion.
You up for hunting this weekend?
Dude, I'm stoked.
Yeah, it's gonna be really great.
Yeah, man. God.
So, there's the professor.
Here he comes now.
Good morning, guys. How are you? I'm glad. Well, today's class is going to be a slight shift from the original. So, you know how I always ask you about something from the required reading or anything like that, but today, I don't want to know anything about what you read last minute last night. I want to know something about you. So in the last 8 weeks, we've learned a lot about engineering graphics. And let me just remind you that engineering is not about the tools that you have, but it's about how you're going to use those tools to make something great. So I know you all are ambitious students, and I want to know, how are you going to use the information that you have learned over the past couple of weeks, or actually a lot more than that? How are you going to use this information, and how are you going to create something great? So, who wants to go first?
A V16 turbocharged engine.
Not bad. Have you thought about how you'll tool the design?
Yeah.
Have you thought about the economy? You do realize it'll be highly fuel inefficient.
Oh, it's power engine, Professor, so fuel economy is not really my concern.
No issues, just so you're aware. Anyone else?
I want to make a 12K watt loudspeaker, man.
Why?
They'd sound like crazy, man. I'd trick them out with all these sweet features, subwoofers, bass, treble control, you name it. Some really sick features. Man, party people would love them.
Understood. Anybody else? Alright, let's have it from you. What do you want to build using the tools you've been equipped with in ME 1770?
Maybe a robot.
A robot?
Yeah.
You'll have to be more specific.
A robot that'll clean my house for me.
Yeah.
That's ambitious, but worthy nonetheless. Anyone else remaining? Yes?
I would like to build a mobile waste disposal system.
Excuse me. A mobile waste disposal system, why?
Well, there are just so many people in developing nations who have no real access to their sanitary needs, and I just think it's going to help them out.
Wow, that's a great idea. Well, all right. Guess we should move on. I've got a glimpse of what you all want to know. So we'll move on to the next part of this lecture. As we already mentioned, extrusion was something that we've learned about, and now we'll be talking about how we can apply extrusion. That was good. We'll meet again next time, Wednesday. Please bring on your computers again, as usual. We're doing Autodesk. That's the last class. Thank you, Peter. Are you free right now, by any chance?
Yes, Professor.
Okay, I actually wanted to meet you. I loved your idea. I mean, where did you think of that? I think we really need to talk a bit more.
Yeah, sure. I'm free right now.
Awesome, awesome. Then why don't you just come into my office? I have office hours right now, so.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that'll be great. It's great to hear.
Okay, thank you, Professor.
That's absolutely right. This is what Georgia Tech is about. Progress and service. But believe me, Peter, there are very few gens who understand this. I think you're one of them.
I don't know, Professor. I didn't say anything special. It's just...
I know exactly what you are, Peter. I don't tell this to many people, but I was in Africa over the summer, and that was a time when the Ebola virus broke out. We were trying to find a way, to contain the disease by just, looking at the basic supply chain of all the basic sanitary needs, whether it's the water supply or whatever it is. But we didn't really succeed, and many lives were lost. I mean, you can even have a look at the kind of state people have been living in for so long. So, it's pretty shocking.
It's horrible.
But how many of us really care, Peter? We have sympathy. We have no empathy. Sometimes I feel like we just couldn't get more dehumanized. Only when something comes to affect us directly do we all start to panic. Think about that. Isn't it true?
It is, Professor.
So, this year I'm doing it a little differently. I want you to meet the certain requirements. I'm going to be giving you this project in which you have to design a structure that can withstand all the known natural disasters that can possibly exist. So that is what you're going to be doing. And so you can think about, when you're doing your conceptualization, what disasters you can have. And once you know those disasters, you'll be able to implement it into your design so you can find something that can withstand all these disasters. So I hope that's clear. I'll be, yeah, you have a question?
Excuse me, Professor, a lot of the people in this course are freshmen. I don't think they could design such a complex structure.
Yes, this is a freshman course, so that's why I don't expect you to go into structural analysis. I just want you to be able to choose a certain structure and just explain why you designed it and why you felt that was right. So it's more or less the idea behind it. All right, so is that clear?
So it could be anything at all.
Yes, within reasonable bounds.
I'd be done like tomorrow. I don't know how people constantly talk about not getting any sleep. Like, why is everybody tired? I've gotten so much more sleep since I've been here. Like, school's a joke. I could do this stuff so fast. Like, this homework load is, like, insanely small. I don't understand how people walk around tired all the day. 1770? Oh, please. That class is not hard at all. The professor's an idiot. He keeps on wondering about all this big world stuff, about how we could save the world or something using that class. But, like, come on, man. We're just designing stuff. It's just a technical class. It's not supposed to be, like, we're solving the world's problems or anything. Oh, hey, speaking of 1770. Hey, Chris. Chris, when is that project due for 1770? Chris? Oh, sleep, usual. Hey, man, when's that 1770 project due?
It's like due 2 weeks, I think, Friday.
Okay, I don't need to start. Yeah, man, that's not gonna take me long at all. I can do that like the night before. Yeah. So,
Guess what time it is?
what?
It's party time! Woo!
Dude, it's Thursday night.
Dude, it's Thursday. That's my point. We gotta go out.
Whatever, man. Enjoy yourself.
Oh man, screw you. I'm gonna go party.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, it's just not acceptable. These designs that you've given me, each one of them, there are multiple flaws when I look at them. First of all, I need to see some more cohesion in this, Paul. And Chris, you have literally given me a blank piece of paper. I just don't know how to respond to that. This one is complete, but I feel the design is too basic, Peter. You'll have to work on that once more. And Samuel, it's good. You're on the right track, but only when you complete it can I really give you some feedback. Isn't that right? So I feel like I don't really know what to say, because I mean, if you don't give me a good product by the draft date, how are you going to even get some feedback for the final one? Do you really want to do well in this class? I'm really not sure what's happening around here now. Come in.
Excuse me, Professor.
Hi, Peter. How are you?
I'm good. I'm worried about my project. I spent a lot of time on it, and I can't seem to create a solid structure capable of sustaining natural disaster. Do you suggest I should change my approach? Because I really don't want to fail this class.
Okay. Tell me what natural disasters you're considering while you're creating this project.
Well, I think if the structure can withstand a large flood, it can withstand other disasters too. I was considering building a floating building, but
Okay.
I couldn't do that.
Okay, Peter, have you considered designing an ark?
An ark? Like a boat?
Exactly. Come in.
Excuse me, Professor. I have some problems with the project. I followed the advice, but I can't figure out how to make.
What are you having problems with?
I'm not sure how to make a rough solid of both.
Okay. Show me what you have so far. All right. There's no need to worry, but I think you'll have to start over again because none of your sketches are fully constrained. So I'm going to need you to actually start by conceptualizing the design first, go with the finished sketch, and then after that, see what you want to actually start with building. Just locate that feature so you're able to tilt it 123 degrees so you get the final curvature of that nook. All right?
Okay.
Yeah, so let's see what we have. Yeah.
Thank you, Professor. Now I really understand how this works.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. You've made some good progress, but you still have a lot to work on. So, but I'm sure you should be able to finish this before the deadline. All right?
Okay, thank you.